I run my show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I give a warning before I go live, and people still love to start sentences right as it's happening. Welcome to the show. I'm not your host, Nick Martucci. We'll get to that in a second. Before we do, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I'm glad that this is the episode you chose to watch. It's October, it's spooky season, so this is a good episode to start with. If you're new and you're not a member of the Facebook group, you should go and join that right now if you search Inappropriate Movie Database or click the link in the description of the video. That's where you'll find a whole bunch of information about this show, including how to be on it. I love having new people on this show. It's wonderful. And I think there's still a couple of shows left in October that have a space or two open. So if you want to be a part of this show, go right now. You'll see a thing at the top of the page that says October booking. And if you're not on Facebook, if you don't want to support all of that stuff, maybe you're on Twitter or Instagram at IMDb Game. We're there too. The info's there too. Go follow all of that stuff if you're on all of those things. Like I said, I'm not hosting tonight. We have a wonderful host tonight. We have a guest host, first time in a while that we've had a guest host, and I'm thrilled about it. I'm thrilled. I just lost my train of thought, and I really.
Are you thrilled, Nick?
I think I'm dying. Wow, just completely. Anyway, here's what's going to happen tonight. Just to give you our little rundown, if you're new to this. Our host here has gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and has pulled parental warnings for a whole bunch of horror sequels tonight is what we're doing. You can tell I'm wearing my Dream Warriors shirt, one of my favorite horror sequels. We're going to try to guess these movies based on these parental warnings. We have a lot of friends here. They all know how to play the game. I will be competing in the game. I don't normally do that. I'm on the other side, but I'm thrilled to do this again. You know I'm thrilled. I've said it before. Anyway, joining me on the show tonight are Jessica Mayotte, Mike Valentine, Sammie James, and our wonderful host. They've hosted once before. If you haven't seen that, go back and check LGBT movies back in episode 97, I believe.
Sure.
Which was such a fun episode. Anyway, I've talked enough, and obviously I can't talk tonight, so no better time to introduce a guest host. Welcome, Marty Viscosi.
Hello. I'm very excited to have a voice this time, as opposed to the last time I hosted. If you watch that one, please be nice to me, because bullying's not fun. But I am really excited. I have a ridiculous amount of movies ready to go because I got excited and forgot how many I'm supposed to have. So I have like 35. I hope that's enough.
It should be good.
Yeah. I just, like, for definition's sake, I already said it in the group chat with y'all, and I'm going to pull up the exact same definition I gave you. I am defining sequels as any movie that came out after the first and is narratively connected. So, like, for example, Child's Play, all of the sequels except the remake from like 2019, because it's a completely different storyline, completely different set of characters, except for like kind of similar Chucky. So that wouldn't count as a sequel, but like every other one would. Got it?
Perfect.
Cool.
I agree with that definition of sequel.
Cool, because I'm using it whether you do or not. So I just started a full-time youth work job. I'm feeling very empowered to tell people to shut up. Hi, coworkers, who I think one of them is watching, or planning on it. But yeah, I'm gonna go around in similar fashion to every episode and ask the same question that is asked generally every episode. And I am gonna start with Nick. what's your favorite horror sequel?
Well, there's too many. Like I said, I love Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors enough to spend $30 on a t-shirt.
Jesus.
But I think one that I'll say, just because I don't think enough people have watched it, is if you haven't watched Doctor Sleep, you should absolutely watch Doctor Sleep. It is, I would say, and this might be blasphemous, it's on par with The Shining without all of the baggage that comes with watching The Shining. I think it's a real fun movie. I think Mike Flanagan is one of the best horror directors working right now. And just judging by Marty's face, I'm going to say I gave the wrong answer.
No, I just haven't seen Doctor Sleep, and fun fact about me, I hate The Shining so much. It is one of my least favorite horror movies. So that was the I don't know if you sold that to me, but
you might still like Doctor Sleep, honestly. There's enough different about it.
Yeah, true.
I also don't like The Shining and love Doctor Sleep, if that's any...
That is a good consolation. I take Sammie's opinion very seriously. So
I'm glad you take one person on this show's opinion seriously.
Yeah.
Sammie, who's streaming to us from hell today.
Yep. I love it. I'm actually gonna go to Sammie next. Sammie, what's your favorite horror sequel?
Okay, so the answer is honestly both of the movies Nick just said. And as you said, I'm just like, God damn it. But I'm going to this is not a favorite horror sequel. Sorry to bring up the franchise, but I do bring up this sequel sometimes because a case of allyship you don't expect to see in a sleepaway camp movie. But Sleepaway Camp 3. Also problematic for so many more reasons than just the sleepaway camp. But there's a scene where a cop whose son she had killed, okay, he finds out that it's her, and he says to someone else, "No, you need to stay away from her. She killed my son." And it's just real allyship, this is a serial killer who killed his son, and he's just like, "I'm gonna respect your pronouns." Because that's what an ally does. But I'm also gonna kill you.
What an ally. Oh my God.
For killing my son, not just
Love wins.
I'm gonna get this guy a GLAAD award.
Those, honestly, I had two movies I was going to say. If someone said one, I was going to say the other, and Nick mentions both, so
I'm so sorry.
So I'm just let me think of a random sequel, and it was that one.
Fortunate. Dream Warriors, to be fair, I have yet to meet a single person who didn't like Dream Warriors. So, I don't know.
The ideal trilogy
is fine. Yeah. There you go.
It's so much better than its reputation is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds enough new stuff to it.
Now.
Yeah. I'm telling you now, there's a couple Elm Streets in this slideshow that I've created, so get excited. I'm gonna go to Sarah. Sarah, what's your favorite horror sequel?
Who's Sarah?
Who is Sarah?
Oh, why did I write you down as Sarah? Your name is right in front of me too.
Wow, her name is on the screen.
It's fair.
It is right on the screen. In my defense,
yes,
I just started a youth work full-time job. I learned a lot of names really quickly recently. I'm so sorry. What's the other white girl named? Jessica.
There you go.
Do you have a favorite horror sequel?
Unfortunately, Nick took what I was going to pick is Doctor Sleep, so I enjoyed that movie a lot.
Man, fuck that guy, Nick.
Marty, I think you need to watch Doctor Sleep.
Rolling it for everybody.
I'll add it to my non-existent list. Awesome. Mike / Michael.
Yes,
Do you have a
that's
favorite
me.
horror sequel?
Oh God, do I ever? You know what? I will say I did love Nightmare on Elm Street 3, as we all should and do, and anybody who doesn't should die a slow and agonizing death. But tis the season. I am gonna say that I loved them all. I loved all of these movies except Part 3 and the Rob Zombie remakes, but we will speak of them no more. But basically every Halloween sequel, I love them all. But I really got into H2O. I really got into Halloween Water. I thought it was great. There was no water there, so I don't understand the title. But
Is
it
there
was
water in H2O?
No,
there's no water. There's
No.
no water.
it's not.
It came out the same time as
It was
Deep Blue
20
Sea. I think
years
they-
later, and they thought they'd be funny.
Yeah.
Thought they'd be
No,
clever.
I mean, but look at it this. Every time Jamie Lee Curtis comes back, she reboots it and does great. There was Halloween H2O 20 years later. Halloween 2018. I can't wait for Halloween 60 years later. Like I'm dying.
There's a
she'll
Halloween
be
movie
there.
that comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
found out in doing research for this. I've only
Oh,
ever
yeah.
seen the first one.
We're seeing
Really?
it, Michael. I mean, we are. It's already like we're doing that.
Yes, we're doing.
I am shocked. Like, I know you love horror. I'm shocked at the ones you haven't seen, Marty.
That marathon. So my friend Carrie, who
Carrie.
no one in this chat has met, but she's really cool. My friend Carrie and I do like horror marathons and like mini marathons and stuff. And we've been saying for like 2 years that we're gonna do Halloween at some point and just like haven't. So I've been putting it off, but I need to just watch some Halloween.
Wait a second. I think we all need to take a second to appreciate that during the horror movie one, you have a friend named Carrie.
I do. She spells it differently. She spells it like Kari, but she is one of my favorite people, and I adore her, and everyone should.
Is she
Also,
telekinetic?
Can I amend my answer and give a real answer?
Nah.
No. Nope. Too late.
That's because you know what I'm gonna say.
I do know what you're gonna say, and it's great. And let her say it.
What are you gonna say?
You obviously don't know what I was gonna say because I will never stop arguing with you. Not a true sequel. It shouldn't be called Halloween 3, but I will never start
Yes.
arguing with you the merits of that movie.
Sammy, I'm so happy you
Robots
said
and
that
witches.
because
That was so stupid.
that is the thing that stuck up even more than H2O being your favorite of the sequels. That you don't like Halloween 3.
A lot of people
Witch
don't.
is
A lot of
glorious.
people don't.
I really
if it
don't. I
wasn't
do
called
appreciate that
Halloween
apparent-
3, we'd have a different conversation.
If it was called
but it
Season
was
of the
and it was
Witch,
stupid.
everybody.
It was
do
and it was
appreciate-
stupid.
I do appreciate that the theme song from that movie is going to be in the next movie, apparently, according to the trailer I saw. So, but yeah, I was like,
Not that.
weird witches, that's one thing. But then there's robots. I was like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't know their witch history.
Listen, isn't it called like Season of the Witch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's
all
Season
right.
of the
great.
Witch.
Don't
and it
listen
starts
to
with
the
robots.
It's I don't know how much you're bullshitting me. Y'all want to guess some spooky shit?
Yeah. why
Yeah.
not?
Yes.
Cool.
Anyway,
I am going
so
to.
Halloween.
I'm gonna go in the
reference.
order that y'all are on my screen. So Nicholas,
Yes.
would you like a movie from? There's also a lot of repeat years on this list, so you're gonna hear some of them a lot. Sorry. Would you like a movie from 1987, 2003, or 2017?
Ooh. Let's start off with 87.
All right.
Sammy already has a guess.
I know what year it came out.
I'm gonna listen, Sammy. I'm telling you now, there are 3 movies from 1987 on this list. So,
Well, I'll take, and I can think of all of them. So let's just
You're
do
gonna
this.
all right.
I'll lose points and then I'll get 3 points. It'll be fine.
Or you might give the points to one of us later.
Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, some cigarette smoking.
Love the 80s.
Good time,
Sammy.
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna let Sammy try
it's
this.
87, we're starting off. Nick stole it from me earlier. Okay,
Mhm.
motherfucking Dream Warriors. I'm probably wrong, and I'm fine with it.
You're wrong. I'm sorry.
Why?
Thank you for taking that from me.
Yeah, y'all, there are certain movies that I'm gonna tell you now, I didn't put in this because everybody knows Dream Warriors. Second clue.
It's fair.
Under violence and gore, a man kills a man and then that man is killed by a teenager. Nobody?
I'm gonna take a guess.
All right.
I'm probably off with the year, and I've actually never seen this movie, but I know it came out around then. And it's the sequel to my favorite horror movie. I'm gonna say Fright Night 2.
It is not Fright Night 2. I'm so sorry.
I don't know the plot. I'm just like teenagers. Let's go with it.
Yeah. Some of these clues are rough. I'm telling you now.
Teenagers in a horror movie?
Teenagers.
Oh my
And
god.
they drink sometimes? What?
Teenagers that drink and smoke.
Third clue, violence and gore. A man is electrocuted by a jumper lead connected to a car battery. His eyeballs burst apart in gory detail.
Ooh.
You repeat that?
A man is electrocuted by a jumper lead connected to a car battery. His eyeballs burst apart in gory detail.
She heard you perfectly the first time. She just loves hearing that. Like this just sort of makes her day.
There's
it
some
gets her a
fun
little.
clues in this one.
All right.
I don't believe I've seen whatever horror movie this is.
Yeah, I feel like we'd all remember this scene.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like a scene you forget.
You'd think that. All right. Sex and nudity. A few archival scenes from the first movie feature topless female nudity. Another scene of attempted sexual assault, but no nudity is shown. Nick?
I feel like I do know
Is
this, but I
this
don't know the name.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2?
Garbage Day. This is in fact Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Nice. I have seen
Anything else is
this. I
garbage.
have
Oh
seen
my god! I have never seen them, but I was like, is it that movie with that shitty? And yes,
Yep. Yeah.
That movie
Oh
where
my-
half the movie is just clips from the first movie.
the second she talked about clips of the first movie, I was like, oh my god, it's that one. But what's it called?
Yeah.
Oh,
my
The
God.
1 point clue was violence and gore. Ricky decapitates Mother Superior with an axe. She's killed off screen, but her headless body is shown in her head later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am thrilled knowing what movies will now be added to the master list of movies used in this show.
There is some straight up garbage on this list. I'm telling
A
you
guilty
now.
favorite of mine is Christmas horror movies. So I'm a little upset right now.
I saw a Christmas horror movie recently and I was super disappointed with it. And I'm trying to remember what it was called. But
All Through the House.
Oh,
Black Christmas.
have
No.
any of you seen Silent Night?
Yes.
With Keira Knightley.
Mhm.
It is
That's pretty good.
devastating.
Gonna write that down on the same
it-
list as Dr.
Yeah.
Sleep.
It is Christmas, but there may or may not be like a nuclear apocalypse happening.
Maybe for that.
There's some nuclear apocalypse on this list. All right, Nick, I hope you're keeping track of points.
I sure am right now. I've got
Excellent.
2. Jessica and Mike have 0. Sammy has -2.
Excellent. Sammy, would you like a movie from 1978, 1988, or 1996?
1996.
Let's go down my little slideshow. All right. for 5 points under violence and gore. Pretty severe. In all caps with an exclamation point.
What?
Violence and gore. Pretty severe. All caps, exclamation point.
Oh, this was a bad one.
Nope. All right.
Nope.
For 4 points under violence and gore. A pigeon is chomped on by a beast.
A pigeon.
A pigeon. Can you even imagine?
A birdie.
I know.
Huh.
It's really bad.
You know what? I'm gonna just try this.
Go for it, Nick.
An American Werewolf in Paris.
No, but I love the enthusiasm.
That fucking movie.
I wanted to see if you were gonna just do all terrible sequels.
Not
We
all
don't
of
know
them.
that she's not. We don't know that she's not yet.
I'm a they for the record, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
3 points under violence and gore. A man has a chain with knives go through the back of his head and cut off his head when the chains pull back.
Just wait.
Can you repeat that just one more time?
A man has a chain with knives go through the back of his throat and cut off his head when the chains pull back.
Thank you. No idea.
Wait, what year is this? What year is this?
You another person who just like to hear it.
96.
You just-
What? Not
It's
I
96.
picked it, didn't I? I
Yeah,
picked
you
it.
sure fucking did.
Okay, because it conjured a movie in my head that I was just like, I don't think that's the year, but that's what I'm. So no, I don't have a guess.
All right, for 2 points. Violence and gore. A man is attached to hooks on the side of his body, and then
Oh.
another hook attaches itself to the man's throat, and he is devoured by a horrid beast off screen.
I listen. You're saying hooks. It is not the one that I immediately went to. And I only really know the first one and the second one. So I don't know. I'm gonna say Hellraiser 3.
I didn't even call on you yet.
Oh, you didn't. That's right.
But you're wrong. That one was.
Oh, if it's
Sammy, what's your
Hellraiser 3,
guess?
give it to her.
Sammy, what's your guess?
Hellraiser 3.
It is not Hellraiser 3.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, this is the part where I'm going to where I'm like, I don't remember the names after 3.
Listen, I will give it to you if you can get the number or the name. I put both in every single slide that had like weird things.
Okay.
Oh, that's smart.
Frightening and intense scenes. Oh, Michael Valentine, are we doing this?
Hellraiser
Oh.
4?
That's some shit. I was gonna guess it next.
Hellraiser 4.
I was.
I knew it wasn't 3 because Terry Farrell starred in 3 and she was busy on Deep Space Nine.
I've seen the first one and the second one. I know nothing about the sequels, and the new one's great.
This is another franchise that I've only seen the first of. For 1 point, frightening and intense scenes. The appearance of the Cenobites might frighten young
Mhm.
people.
Yeah, I just didn't
Hellraiser
want to
4,
start guessing.
Bloodline.
Bloodline.
Wishmaster.
Wishmaster. Oh my god.
All right. Jessica, whose name is not Sarah.
Call me Sarah.
you-
It's all good.
I'm never gonna not be sorry. Would you like a movie? Would you like to buy a fucking cat? Would you like a movie from 1981, from 1989, or from 2019?
89.
Right.
It was 2019. I would have guessed Cats.
It's not a sequel.
Was it me? Was I the horror sequel that came out in 1989?
Yes. Absolutely. All right. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, some characters drink beer at a pool party.
No.
Again, drinking
Yeah.
at a
Yeah.
pool party? in a
What year
horror
was
movie
this?
from
Only think of
1989.
one.
1989.
Were they
Only think of
teenagers?
I can neither confirm nor deny the age of the participants of the pool party.
I can only think of one pool party scene in a horror movie, and I don't think it was 89.
Yeah, that I think we're thinking of the same one, and I don't think
Yeah.
so either.
Yeah. I think you're thinking of a certain one, and I think that's why I put that clue in this one.
Very good clue.
Violence and
diversion.
gore for 4 points. The character Mark has hemophobia. Some points of the should probably work on that. Some points of the film involve his character fainting at the sight of blood or seeing blood around him. Michael Valentine.
Nightmare on Elm Street 5: The Dream Child.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah,
Yeah.
good job.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I was gonna.
Well done.
That's what you get for hesitating. It's what you get for hesitating.
The second, wait, Mark, and he fake. Oh, I know this one.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched this
fades out
movie
of a
and
dream.
remembered like none of the names of the characters, so I was kind of banking on no one else remembering either.
No, I just remember because he actually fainted out of a dream.
Yeah.
Like he was
Yep.
asleep and fainted and disappeared. I was like, how did that happen?
Oh.
So there were 2 Nightmare on Elm Street movies with pool parties.
I feel like I have to
we were both
rewatch
thinking of the second one.
You were
Under
all
alcohol
ginger.
drugs.
It's in all of them. Okay, it's like boiler room, pool party. That's
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah.
You go to
Connections.
Freddy's
Robert
pool party,
Englund's
and then it's
contract.
the boiler room.
Robert Englund needs a pool party in every movie he's in. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, Freddy uses wine to mutilate his arm, then exclaims, "Bad year, Dan." Under frightening and intense scenes, Mark is sucked into a comic book where he's transformed into a piece of paper that Freddy rips to shreds. But after that, Mark is still alive. Under sex and nudity, Alice is seen in the shower. She's eventually thrown into a nightmare where she ends up in an asylum where Freddy Krueger was born and has to walk down the hallway nude. Her breasts and buttocks are briefly visible. Ridiculous. With that, Michael, you want a movie from 1985, from 1987, or from 2015?
I'm gonna say 1987, and giving me multiple choices in the 80s was brilliant because that'll keep me from getting it right. But yeah, I'm gonna say 1987.
Excellent.
And we've established it's not going to be Dream Warriors.
Yes.
It will not.
Sorry about that. Let me see. All right. 1987. Under sex and nudity, some kissing early in the movie.
I'm putting my hand up.
All right. Sammie, what do you think?
Is it Creep Show 2?
It is not Creep Show 2.
Listen, I know there's very few movies I know the year of. When I hear a year, I'm gonna guess it.
Someday Sammy's just gonna do one of those weird things, and it's gonna be right.
Yeah.
It
I appreciate the approach. Or at least the enthusiasm. Under frightening and intense scenes, there are tons, in all caps, tons of jump scares throughout the whole movie.
This is what year? 87, yeah.
87.
I don't really care for jump scares. I'm not to see too many of those.
They're rare, you know.
They are
Yeah.
rare.
no-
So this
I
is one
prefer
of
the
those horror
classic.
movies with jump scares.
Yeah.
One of the rare ones from the 80s.
I
with
prefer
jump
the
scares
building
in it.
classic.
I'm used to them in
building
comedies,
tension
but
and the
horror.
spooky and
I know. Come on. All right. Under frightening and intense scenes, a bunch of inanimate objects, a mounted deer head, light bulbs, kitchen utensils, books, a grandfather clock, etc., start laughing maniacally out of nowhere at the same time. Although it's darkly comedic, the surreal and chaotic nature of the scene may disturb some. All right.
I,
Sammy, you
I'm,
gonna
not,
get in on
I'm
this?
off tonight.
really,
I-
Sammy, really, this is the one you're not gonna know.
Mine's just gonna be a guess, so
I'm gonna go to
Mine
Jessica
kinda is.
first then. What do you think?
Evil Dead 2?
Nick, what do you think?
Evil Dead 2.
Fuck.
Mike, what do you think?
Wow.
Evil Dead 2.
It is
Wow.
Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I see a
Yeah.
feature on here for raise and lower hand. Do we have one for slap other player? Come on, Sammy.
You get in the
Listen,
car and then you go.
God, like someone listen, Sammy has the yips for this game, apparently. That's tonight I'm just
But
like,
if it was Creep Show 2, Sammy
I
would
know,
have
you
gotten
would-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
random
it was a more
Creep Show
obscure
2,
one.
but in 1987. Not the one that's
listen,
had
I know what to
4,000
guess
sequels.
the next time the year's 87.
Mm. We'll see. Under violence and gore, a head is crushed with the cellar door, causing an eyeball to pop out and fly into a woman's mouth. She immediately screams and spit it out. No blood is shown, and the scene is actually hilarious. For 1 point under violence and gore, a man's hand becomes possessed after being bitten by a deadite. It punches him, throws plates at him, and thrashes him around. The man pins his hand to the ground and then cuts it off with a chainsaw. Blood splashes all over his face in a comedic manner. It is one of the most famous scenes from a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Evil Dead 2. All right, I think everyone has gone once.
Yeah.
I have a mini game.
Ooh.
Because
All right.
I like them.
Do you want a scoring
I-
update before the mini game?
What was that?
Do you want a
Score
scoring update before the mini game?
Yeah.
Right now, Mike is in the lead with 9 points.
Wow.
I am at 4. Jessica is at 3. Sammy is at -4.
You got this, Sammy. We believe in
believe
you.
in
No, I
Eventually,
don't.
it'll be Creep Show 2. Eventually, it'll be Creep Show 2.
It's just gonna be my answer. It's just like, wow, if you weren't at -30, 5 points would have been great.
All right. Do all of y'all know how to use the DM function?
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nope,
Mm,
I do not.
Excellent.
What is the DM
not
function?
really.
If you pull up the
Oh,
chat,
the chat. Yep.
there's a little thing that says send a message to everyone. And if you click on that, you can send a message to just me. And what you are
All
going to
right.
do is I'm going to give you a franchise.
Uh-huh.
You are going to give me your best estimation of how many movies
Oh.
are
Ooh.
in that franchise. If you get it exactly correct, 5 points. If
Just
not,
to
if
you?
nobody gets it correct,
Mhm.
closest gets 3 points.
Okay.
This
Just
is
to
a
you.
great
to-
game.
Just to me,
To them,
because I don't
yeah.
want y'all copying each other.
Now, when you say this, I mean, I don't know, will remakes count in this, or are we just counting sequels?
I went by Wikipedia
All right, well,
because I
that's
didn't want to count. So
I didn't want to count.
So that's, in fact, unclear.
yeah,
So we don't know.
guess we'll see.
we'll see. I'm gonna give you an easy one to start off with. Halloween, including the one that comes out tomorrow.
But are we, again, are we including the Rob Zombie?
That depends on what Wikipedia did. I didn't check. This is a broken mini game, and I'm not sorry.
Mm. Did it work? Okay.
I'm just going to send you 2 answers.
That's what I did.
I assumed they were.
Listen, the two of you who gave me 2 answers gave me the exact same numbers. And everyone said one of those numbers except for one person. So Wikipedia said 13
Yep,
movies
so
in
the
the
zombie
Halloween
ones.
franchise, which means that Sammy gets 5 points, Nick gets 5 points, Mike gets 5 points, and Jessica gets the satisfaction of the
I
job well
have a
done.
point.
It's all good.
So sorry.
It's a guess. It's all good.
Should not have included those Rob Zombie things. Tui. We will speak of them no
Listen.
more.
I went by Wikipedia. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Nick, would you like a
Yes.
movie from 1974, 1986, or 2011?
I'm curious what the 74 is.
Excellent.
Okay.
This could be a huge mistake on my part, but
It might be.
What was
All
the
right.
year?
1974.
74.
Under sex and nudity, a woman wears a skimpy nightgown, cleavage is visible, and dances seductively for a man.
almost positive it isn't the one thing I was hoping it was.
You want to take a guess? You want to put some money on
Nope.
that?
Nope.
All right.
Come on, lesbian vampire movie knowledge, don't let me down. It's the 70s.
Violence and gore. A man grabs another man by the throat and chokes him.
Seriously.
I've made a terrible mistake, is what I've
All right.
learned.
For 3 points under frightening and intense scenes, the angry mob might be frightening to some viewers.
What year is
Sure
this
they
again?
are.
1974.
74. Okay. It's not. It isn't.
It's not a chorus line.
You don't know that.
My favorite horror sequel. All right. For 2 points under violence and gore, a group of people break into a house using another man to break open the door.
I know this scene.
For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes, although intended to be humorous, the monster may frighten young children. By the end of the story, the monster is made intelligent and articulate to the point where he calms and befriends a threatening mob through his eloquence.
Are
I
we
mean,
Are we
is this
calling
a-
this a sequel?
is this
We
the
sure
one?
fucking are.
This is the one that we're all going to get angry at. This is the one you were
Sure is.
preparing us for.
It's fucking because
I can't believe you've done this.
oh,
Listen, if Nick can do
I
Space
was on your food episode. You don't get to be mad at
I was
anyone.
gonna say if Nick can do Space Jam or The Shape of Water on the food episode, I mean, what movie is this?
Hamilton. Fuck you.
Is that really
oh.
all right? Nick, what is
At your-
this?
This movie is Young Frankenstein.
This movie is Young Frankenstein.
I was gonna guess.
You said
You
Hamilton.
said fucking Hamilton.
No, I was.
No, that was directed
She's
at me for including
mad,
that
yeah.
in the food episode.
Oh, true.
No.
I'm still gonna give Sammy the point for that.
I was
All right.
gonna say Young Frankenstein. You can't deduct a point for being mad at Nick. You get more points.
Fine, I guess. 1 point for Sammy. And 1 for Nick, too. Yes. Young Frankenstein, which is a sequel to Frankenstein. And I am not going to apologize for that one.
I mean, I guess if like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein is also a sequel to all of those movies.
Don't give them ideas that they've already done.
They could
The
have been
slideshow's
easily
done.
included
There's no
that.
more ideas. Oh my god, my friend is messaging me and she's mad at me now too. Sorry,
Gene
Carrie.
Wilder is mad at you, and he's dead.
Hey, 'tis the
Alright.
season. Dead doesn't stop anything.
Now you know how it feels, Marty,
Listen,
to be so
I-
hated for trying to have fun.
I'm having a great time. All right. I'm having a great time and I'm not scary. I'm not sorry. All right, Sammy. Do you want a movie from 1989, 2021, or 2022?
Well, let's do 2022. I'll give Michael a point.
All right.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
really
think of
rooting.
like 3 or 4 that have already come out.
I know.
A bunch that came out already.
It's been a big year for horror sequels.
Sure
and
has. I gotta
horror
go
in
all the way to the
general.
end. All right. For For 5 points under sex and nudity, a woman gets in a bath, but you only see her head and legs.
Not Mary Poppins. Or the return of Mary Poppins. A little before. So it was frightening. I mean,
All right, for 4 points, violence and gore. All of the violence in the movie is made to look similar to Technicolor style 30s film. Bright red blood with detail. Nick, what do you think?
I haven't seen it yet, but is this Pearl?
This is Pearl. This
I haven't
is
seen
Pearl.
it either. That's why
I haven't even heard
I
of
just know that they did like weird Wizard of Oz type stuff in that
Yeah.
movie, and I
What's it a
still
sequel
need
of?
to see it.
It is a
X,
sequel. It's a sequel to X.
which also came out this year. He put
yeah. Yep.
it. I didn't see these.
Love you.
I did see Pearl. I would highly recommend it. I had a bad time, then a great time, then a bad time again.
I still haven't seen X. I just found out that it's on like Showtime or something, so I gotta watch it.
I really liked X. I liked X more than I liked Pearl, but I had a lot of fun in X. All right. For 3 points, violence and gore, a woman kills a goose with a pitchfork. You see her carrying its bloody corpse on the pitchfork to feed to an alligator.
I want to see the movie just for that.
2 points, alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A woman heavily drinks her father's cold medicine while in a theater. I tried really hard to use clues that didn't have spoilers. But for 1 point under sex and nudity, a woman passionately kisses a scarecrow before she eventually rides and dry humps it, moaning included, the latter lasting about a minute. It is not sexually graphic, but is disturbing and uncomfortable to watch.
That made me so
Imagine-
uncomfortable.
imagine if you were the
I need
Scarecrow.
to pee. Kill time.
Well, Sammy's gone now.
Imagine if you were the scarecrow, you think it's uncomfortable. Ugh.
Yeah. That,
I've heard nothing but good things about both of them, so I gotta catch up.
They were
I
good.
have
I
not,
really liked
but
Pearl. And I
To
really
be
liked
fair,
X.
I just heard about Pearl right now, and I did not hear good things.
Listen, it was intense and it made me feel bad sometimes, but I liked it.
Ugh.
I mean, is there a better name for that actress than Mia Goth?
Exactly. Like that is like there is a guy, the only thing that I can compare it to is the Bloomington post office in Minneapolis by Mercado Central has a guy
Okay.
who works there whose real Christian name is Joe Clerk. He works at the post office desk and his name is Joe Clerk.
Nothing surprises
Goth
me
is a
since I
horror actress.
nothing surprises me since I heard of somebody named Richard Seaman.
That too. All right. Well, I think we're waiting for Sammy.
We are
Um,
waiting for Sammy.
Excellent.
Sammy's back.
I
All right.
pee every 5 minutes. Hey.
I love this.
Well,
Well,
then why did you have to get up for that one?
all right, Jessica. Do you want a movie from 1987, from 1990, or from 2011?
1990.
It was a good year.
Sure was. 2 years before I was born. All right.
Damn.
I don't know why that's funny. For 5 points under profanity, a few mild profanities, but nothing over the top.
I have a guess, but we
I
used it
also
on a
have a
show I
guess.
was on, and I don't know if Marty holds to that.
I can tell you they do not, because we've also used Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
I'll wait for another clue.
Oh, you're playing a cautious
4
game now.
points. For 4 points under frightened and intense scenes, people attacked by malevolent creatures.
What?
People attacked by malevolent creatures.
Attacked.
Attacked.
Attacked by malevolent creatures.
That's what it says.
You know what? Screw it.
Nick, what do you think this is?
Like, I don't know how much you dipped into the same franchises again and again, but I'm going to go with Hellbound Hellraiser 2.
It is not Hellbound Hellraiser 2. I
Thank
did
God,
dip
I was
into
gonna
the
be mad.
franchises, though.
I was gonna be mad.
I did dip into
Didn't
the same
Hellraiser 4
franchises,
come
just
out
a
in
heads up.
1989?
All right. For 3 points, injection with chemicals.
Oh, this is a bad one.
Is it? Michael, what do you think it is?
Gremlins 2?
Amy, what do you think it is?
Oh, that's a good guess.
Is
And
it?
listen, I can't remember what year. I had a different guess. I'm
like
gonna say
mine better,
I'm gonna
don't
say
you?
Gremlins 2 because I'm gonna be pissed if I'm wrong. If I say the wrong thing and it's that.
That feels so cheating to me. But fortunately, you're both wrong.
Oh.
Thank God.
So,
I'm gonna keep it up and guess again. But read the clue.
all right. For 2 points under sex and nudity, a reanimated corpse's breasts are exposed for an extended period of time. The breasts are fake effects. Sammy, what do you think?
It's a different reanimated corpse movie than I was going to guess. I'm going to say Return of the Living Dead 2.
Nick, what do you think this is?
I mean, I am going to have to go with Bride of Reanimator.
This movie is not Return of the Living Dead 2. It is Bride of Reanimator.
Which is the other one I was gonna say. So
Was that one of the? Were either of those the one you were going to say before until Gremlins 2
yeah,
stopped you?
yeah.
So you really fucked that one up, didn't you?
I was convinced that Bride of Reanimator was 89.
Nope. 1990. I love this movie so
It's
much.
great.
It's one of my
good.
favorites, and I want that whole speech on the back of booty shorts so badly. If anybody knows a website where I can make that happen in my size, that is something that I've wanted for a while. It's an incredibly trans speech. I will die on that hill. For 1 point, under violence and gore, many gruesome medical experiments resulting in a great deal of gore. People in reanimated dead are shot, sometimes in the head. A dog is brutally killed. A man's forearm is chopped off, very bloody. A man takes a machete to the neck.
Sammy, put your hand down.
Ne-
No.
ne-
I'll do it for you.
You know,
I get that power.
I don't know if I like the energy we're creating here tonight, Nick. All right. Michael, do you want a movie from 1935, from 2015, or from 2022?
I'm going to say 2015.
Okay.
1935, I didn't see it.
Excellent.
I did.
I was so ready to buzz in.
Me too.
I bet you were. I had to put an old one. All right. 2015.
I'll have to take that off my list if you use it.
2015. Under alcohol, drugs, and smoking, a woman and a man become intoxicated in kiss. In parentheses, see sex and nudity. A woman and a man become intoxicated in kiss.
This is a section of years that I am completely lost in. I can't remember what happened between 2010 and now.
That's fair.
You didn't
I
miss
try
much.
not to. All
It's a
right.
blackout.
For 4 points under violence and gore. A man beats another man and threatens to kill him, accusing the man of sleeping with his wife. In parentheses, see sex and nudity. had to put both those in because Amazon has a feature where if somebody writes a review, you can click on them and see every review they've ever written. And I would love for IMDb to add that feature.
I wish that there was any sort of accountability for these weirdos.
I love it so much. It's such a good glimpse into like who people are as a person. All right, for 3 points, under frightening and intense scenes, a creepy man chases a woman and her 2 sons through a supermarket, but a security guard stops him. Nobody? All right. For 2 points, under violence and gore, the church tape is the goriest.
Oh. I don't know which one this would be.
Mm.
Can you repeat that just so I know I'm not making a horrible mistake?
The church tape is the goriest.
Will you accept numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
I will accept either, like for all of these, I will accept either the number or the full title.
Okay.
Sammie, what do you think this is?
I know the franchise. I am completely guessing on the number. So I am going to say VHS 3.
Well,
Nick, what
let's
do you
make
think
this
this is?
interesting and go with VHS 2.
It is neither VHS 3 nor
Oh.
VHS 2.
Ooh.
For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes. The Bagul demon is present much more in this film. A few jump scares throughout, some more intense than others. Carrie knows what it is. She is texting me.
Not even no.
All right. Well, this better go on all your fucking lists because it's one of my favorites. It is Sinister 2.
As soon as you said that it's better go on our lists, I knew I should have at least looked up when this movie came out because you have recommended it on the show.
Sinister 2. It is one of my favorite horror movies. One of my favorite sequels. It's not like good per se, but James Ransone gets a kid with a truck, and it's great. And I think everybody should watch it. So 2015, Sinister 2. All
we
right,
watch the
on
first?
Sorry?
Should we watch the first as well?
I watched the first once. I have watched, let me pull up my Letterboxd.
Sorry.
It's Ethan Hawke, right, in the first one.
Yes. And Deputy So-and-so, aka James Ransone, is a side character in the first one, and then the sequel follows him. Going to my diary. I have watched Sinister 2 this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times since January.
Jeez.
But you can't get a Halloween sequel in there.
No, I cannot. It's a comfort movie for a reason, Nick. Absolutely not. All right. Nick, do you want to give a points update? And then I got another round
Points
of minigames.
update. I am in the
Ooh.
lead with 14. Mike's right behind me at 13. Jessica is at 3. Sammie's back down to -1.
Nice. All right. And then the minigame. Same as last time. This time, the franchise is Children of the Corn.
Oh
Fucking
no.
hell.
Making this much harder.
You sure are.
Yeah.
I do know that remakes are involved now, but that does not help.
There were remakes?
I think so.
I'm just
You know what?
guessing.
I'm gonna go there. Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I know what Sammie guessed.
Wait. Stick with it. Michael, the only one I have an
It's a
answer on.
fucking guess. I did
It
at one
sure
point
is.
know the real answer to this
I am
on my horror
throwing-
movie podcast, and I said it like every episode, but I'm
throwing
guessing
out a
now.
random number
I have
'Cause I have
only
no
seen
idea.
the first. Speaking of movies, we've only
I
seen
know
the
there's
first of.
way more than there should be, so I went with way more than was reasonable.
All right. Well, fortunately, you're actually the closest.
Thanks.
It is 10. There are 10 movies in the Children of the Corn series. So with 12, you are the closest, which nets you 3 points.
Yeah.
Good
Nice.
job.
I knew it was double digits. I was like, I know it's
Yeah, I guess 13.
I got
I was
7.
right ahead.
Jeez, I was at like 6.
I don't know why there's 10. There's not 10 plot, but
There isn't enough
could-
plot for one of them.
yeah.
I cannot watch them after I saw that first one where they put the man's hand in the slicer. So I've actually worked with slicers, and nah.
I've gotten sliced on a slicer.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
I
know there was
cut
more
my
than
finger.
2, so
I cut my finger on a
Alright.
slicer. Once.
When I was
Alright.
16 working in a sub shop that I shouldn't have been working with.
Yike. All right. Back to Nick. Would you like a movie from 1978, from 1985, or from 2003?
2003. I've got 2 in my head.
I got
One of them's
nothing.
probably right. That's a lot of movies.
I don't know if either of them came out in 2003, but they might have.
We'll find out. Sex and nudity for 5 points. Man and woman make out for 5 seconds tops.
this is a Halloween movie.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
No, Michael knows what I was referencing.
First Halloween movie, and that wasn't making out, that was having sex, but the time, right?
Nick, what do you think?
I'm just going to go with one of them that I thought Freddy versus Jason.
God fucking damn it. Yep.
Yeah.
It is in fact Freddy versus Jason.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, I should have known that. I love that movie.
It's
That's a good one,
wonderful.
actually. I like that
It's
one.
a good time.
Movie was great. I saw it in theaters with like 4 other people.
We believe you.
And I do mean like there was 4 other people in the theater. There's nobody there, but it was great.
Impressive.
Like one of the best portrayals of Jason, and that's not fair to that franchise.
When Carrie and I watched this as part of a marathon, the flashback scene where Jason drowns, my youth worker ass was like, "Where are the counselors?"
They were having sex. That's
Yeah.
why he kills them all.
That's the whole point of the franchise is where
I
are the
forgot.
counselors.
Where are the counselors?
I forgot. I thought I was
Bad
watching a
horror
good
fan.
movie. I forgot.
Bad horror fan forgetting.
For 4 points, under profanity, one derogatory term for homosexuals.
Said by Kelly Rowe and Kelly Rowe to Freddie.
Yeah. I think of that quote every time I'm wearing a Christmas sweater.
I hate how often it's in my head.
Yeah.
Even the makers of the movie were like, we don't know how this happened.
It's questionable. For 3 points under violence and gore, many young people at a party are slashed across the chest. Blood sprays and they fall to the ground. 2 points under frightening and intense scenes. A man talks about having killed many children, and we see newspaper clippings about each incident. Violence and gore, a man carries another man's severed head and it winks. All right.
Oh, Freddy
Sammy.
and Jason, my favorite things in the world.
Yeah. My apartment looks like I like Friday the 13th a lot more than I do, because I just like kind of low-key accidentally accumulated like a bunch of Friday the 13th stuff. And I'm planning on buying another once I get my way over
And
to
you
the
didn't know what
Spirit.
happened to the counselors.
See, I feel like I like that franchise, and then I'm like, well, I like 4 of the 11 movies.
I liked them. I even liked the remake of that one, and that's saying something.
I think the remake's great.
The
I like
remake
the
was
remake
good.
more than I like most of the sequels.
Jason X. Jason.
So aforementioned friend Carrie and I watched all of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, all of the Friday the 13th, and then Freddy versus Jason, which was like 17 movies to watch one movie. And
Well, you got to catch the lore.
But yeah, you gotta watch them all. Otherwise, you can't watch that movie.
I mean, it invents the lore for both of those characters in that movie, but
It's against the law.
yeah,
all-
some of
would
those
always
movies were definitely necessary to understand the deep layers to Freddy versus Jason.
What freaks me out, and it didn't freak me out until somebody pointed this out to me, is now you know Freddy and Jason exist in the same universe. And in
And the Evil
Jason,
Dead.
in Jason Goes to Hell, there is the Necronomicon from those Evil Dead movies.
Mhm.
But in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, she's watching the first Evil Dead movie.
Like Stab from Scream, movie in a movie.
Yeah, it's just too meta. Too
Mhm.
meta. I'm just like,
I want you all to know, by the way, that Stab actually came up as a suggestion on IMDb for me, and I thought really hard about it, but that felt mean.
I mean, that's a fan film, right?
Yeah, but it was in IMDb. I thought about it.
unless there's a full film that you can watch, I feel like that's
Marty, I have an IMDb page. It's not
Me too.
impressive.
Listen. I feel like if it's on IMDb, it feels like fair game. If
All
the
right, well,
Instagram
I need
handle
I don't
you
want to
keep
read
that
my
in
for
mind,
the
mind
Marty.
game,
warnings.
not
That's all I'm saying.
IMDb game.
Marty, I'm going to need you to keep that in mind every time you play this game now.
Okay, never mind.
And stop getting angry at me. IMDb says it's okay.
IMDb
they're
said
just like, you know what,
Hamilton
I'm
was
wrong.
okay.
I'm wrong.
Sure did. It was on somebody's list of movies with food in the title.
I hate that person. All right. On that note, Jessica,
That's me.
sure is. Congratulations.
Yes.
Would you like a movie from 1981, from 1986, or from 2011?
2011.
I just realized from my notes that I offered you the 1981 last time too. All right. All right. 2011, under Sex and Nudity, a man makes suggestive remarks to a woman that walks in front of him as he admires her clothed buttocks. You're allowed to do that in 2011. All right. Frightening and intense scenes. The deaths may be intense for some viewers.
How dare you?
I was
Oh, that's-
legitimately worried that clue was going to give this one away.
Listen, I can't be mad at anyone for the clues they choose because when I did Sexual Awakenings, I used the clue kissing in this movie.
Like the problem with this specific movie was that
Mhm.
pretty much all of the warnings had to do with one specific scene. On that note,
I have a feeling I know what this is, but I don't know if I want to guess. No, go ahead.
all
I'm going to
right,
guess on this one, though.
for 3 points, violence and gore. A man tries to kill a woman, but the woman's boyfriend stabs the man from behind with a meat spit, killing him.
This isn't what I thought it was.
Hell yeah. All right, for 2 points,
the second
under
50
violence
Shades
and
movie.
gore.
Yeah.
What was that?
The second 50 Shades movie.
Yes. For 2 points, under violence and gore. A bridge collapses, sending many cars and people into the water below.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
Oh,
Go ahead.
I'm
No,
going back and forth,
No,
but I'm
never mind.
gonna pick one, and the rest of you can thank me for it.
Sure.
Well, Sammie is now buzzed in.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't remember. I can't remember if we just used it or not, but I also know it doesn't matter.
I know.
I'm good. Listen, I'll be mad at you, Nick. It's fine.
I know you have used at least one movie from this
Yeah.
franchise.
I've used a lot of them from this franchise.
All right, well, maybe you've used
I'm
this
just
one. Let's
trying
find
to
out.
remember. I want to say this is the Final Destination, the fourth one.
Oh, I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking of that. Okay.
It's definitely where I was. I just
So your
wasn't confident with the
answer is
number.
Final Destination 4?
I mean, the movie's called The Final Destination, but it will be Final Destination 4. And the way you're saying that, I'm going to say I'm wrong.
You sure are. For 1 point,
Uh-huh.
under
Just leaving it
violence and
up.
gore,
Leave it up.
a man is crushed when a piece of landing gear from Flight 180 crashes through the roof of
Uh-huh.
the restaurant
God
he's in.
damn it.
His bloody severed hand flies at the
Uh-huh.
screen.
Yep.
Sammy,
Yeah.
what do you think, Sammy?
Final Destination 3D. Or whatever it was called. It was I don't remember what it was called, but
Nick, what do you think this is?
yeah.
I mean, this is Final Destination 5.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Final Destination 5.
Listen, I'm off
Was not the
today.
3D
You know,
one.
unlike all the
couldn't-
other times where I'm just
I couldn't remember if the bridge was 4 or 5. I watched them like back to back.
4 was the race car track.
Oh yeah.
It's like the random
Yep, yep,
racist
yep,
dude
yep.
and the lady with the tampons in the ears. That one.
So are you accepting Final Destination 3D for that?
No. I
3D.
will accept Final Destination 5.
Because I think the Final Destination was in 3D. I can't remember
Yeah.
if both of them were.
I know, and that's why I'm just like, what's one of them called that? I know we were.
I hate
It's
that I have
fine.
to Google this right now. Which Final Destination was 3D? Final Destination 5. All right, Sammy, I guess.
Yes, that's right. Give me my point.
You got your points.
I'm not gonna win.
Love your little point, Steven. All right.
I knew, like, I was just like, that's the 3D one. It's the like,
When you said that there was a specific scene, I thought it was going to be Final Destination 3. And then you threw in the husband attacking and knew it wasn't.
I knew that you would use Final Destination 3 because I was on that episode. And I remember Josh Poirier and I talking about the awakening that was the tanning bed scene in that movie.
What a scene to go from 100 to 100 in the opposite direction.
Absolutely. Hi, Mom. All right. Michael, would you like a movie from 2017, 2019, or 2021?
2017.
2017. All right. I'm already open to it. Cool. For 5 points, under frightening and intense scenes. The violence is really intense as it's practical and very gory. Nick,
Is this just called Evil Dead?
it is not just called Evil Dead.
Hmm.
I'm so sorry. For 4 points, under violence and gore, a woman is bitten on her forearm. Some blood is visible from the marks. All right. For 3 points, under sex and nudity, a man and a woman kiss, but the man is in the lead female's body, and they say how different it is. Anybody?
Wait, what year is this?
2017.
Okay,
What a shitty year I picked.
That was the year I moved to the
I'm
Midwest.
so confused by this, folks. It's not the movie I thought. That is newer.
All right. For 2 points, under violence and gore, a man is shown to be keeping a living doll's head, which is graphically wounded from a shotgun blast.
Oh,
oh
fuck, which number was this?
no. No.
I love it.
Gotta think of what number it is too, actually. Okay. Anybody else? All right. Nick, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with Cult of Chucky.
Mike, what do you think?
Cult of Chucky. Thank God I wasn't sure what the number was.
This is Cult of Chucky, which was the 7th, apparently. I did some math.
Yeah, I
is
was
Cult
also
of
trying to do
Chucky.
math in my head, but I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure this is the second of the new ones.
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Oh,
the final
okay. Well,
clue-
now that other clue makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it sure does. I love that they kept that for the series. It's a choice.
It's one. Fiona Dorff is amazing.
I'm obsessed with Fiona Dourif playing Brad Dourif playing Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yes.
one of my favorite things. Final clue under violence and gore: 3 Chuckies attack a doctor with drill, glass, and a knife. Distressing as well.
Is this Puppet Master?
Nope, but it is Cult of Chucky. All right. I cannot remember how many rounds there are. Is that it? Or is there one more?
There's one more.
One more. Cool. All right. In that case,
Do you want to know the scores?
yes.
I
And
feel
then
like
I have
I've been
another
sitting on
minigame.
these scores. I feel a little bad right now. I'm at 20. Mike's at
Yeah, you fucking should feel
15.
bad.
So Mike can still get me. Jessica and Sammy both have 3.
Sammy has 3? Wow, look at what you
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Mini
that.
games.
It was that. Yeah, the Children of the Corn is all
mini
3
game.
points.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Well, I got another mini game in that case. Same game. This time it is Jaws.
Oh,
How many Jaws movies are
I mean,
there?
I'm afraid of
Actually,
what
including
Wikipedia
the Rob
says,
Zombie remakes.
but I know the answer.
Oh, I can't change it. It's okay.
I hope it's not more
Can't
than
change
that.
it. I can't change it. Well,
I
Zombie
hope
didn't
it's
do
not more than
remakes of
that.
Jaws.
I've sent in an answer. I am Googling it now because I need to know before it's said. I've
Yeah,
already
I don't
sent
think
in my
they made
answer.
any more. Unless,
Yeah.
like I said, Wikipedia is like, oh, also these unofficial ones are sequels.
Don't you know that Piranha is a Jaws movie?
Same actor, but he's not the same character.
Sharknado.
Listen, the doctor
Sharknado.
dude in Cult of Chucky is also the dad in the show. If they can, and Devon Sawa came back in this season as like a random ass character. He played twins on the last one. He's
I
now
gotta see
played
this
3
season.
characters.
I haven't seen anything from this season yet.
I haven't either. Also been putting that
I
off.
went way over and I don't care.
You sure fucking did. All right. Michael and Nick are both the proud winners of 5 points with 4. There are 4 Jaws
4.
movies.
So that
Aw.
changed nothing.
Yeah,
That's like
I'm
one
still
off.
5 points behind you.
Enjoy your golden fucking tower.
I'm still so
Listen, I'm
disappointed.
just.
I
I'm
don't-
just glad
I don't-
Rob Zombie didn't actually
I am
remake.
so glad there
Yes.
aren't 7 Jaws movies.
I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but it's one of my favorites, and I'm so bummed they didn't do it. But originally, Jaws 3, instead of being 3D, was going to be produced by National Lampoons and called Jaws 3 People Zero,
Oh God.
So good.
and it got canceled, and instead they made Jaws 3D.
A movie that I did not put in this, I will tell you now, but I absolutely love the name of for a sequel is House 2, The Second
The
Story.
second story.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good because there's
It's
the second
Mhm.
story.
listen, it's somehow
Sorry,
worse
Ted.
than the first House movie.
I love the bold choice to give zombies guns anytime it happens.
Day
So
of the
I like
Dead.
that. But yeah, that was a wild
Yeah, it's
night
right
with
up there with
Fear and
Sister
Shudder.
Act
More
2 Back in the
paramedics.
Habit.
Yeah. All right. With that, it's golden fucking overlord's turn. Nick,
It's not my turn.
it's not. You're correct. Is it really not?
No, we have one movie left. I think that would go to Mike, right?
Ah, you're right. You're right. I'm bad at math. Michael, would you like a movie from
I never guessed this
Oh.
round.
what?
It's Sam. You didn't pick a year
You
this
did
round.
it out of order. Mike just
All
went.
right.
I never guessed
Yeah,
this
then
round
it's
and was
Sammy.
just
I-
fine with it.
I was like, I don't think that's right. But why not?
Listen, I'm real bad at tally marks. I can tell you that much.
It's okay. I don't know when movies come out.
All right,
right.
Sammy gets to pick the last one.
Sammy. Hopefully it helps you.
It's fine.
Would you like a movie from 1989, from 1988, or from 1985? You got your choice of the 80s.
Pick something from the 80s.
No.
Like mid to
85 or
late
89,
80s.
Or
You know what? I'm gonna let these two titans fight over 1985.
85.
all right. All right, 1985. 5
I
points.
don't like the way you just did that.
5 points under alcohol, drugs, and smoking. A man asks teens if they are on PCP.
That's
I feel
so
like I've
many
heard-
movies in the 80s.
Yeah. So many sequels in the movie specifically.
You know what? Just to keep this fun.
Nick, what do you think?
I am going to say this is Friday the 13th for the final Friday.
You would be incorrect. I am so
Cool.
sorry.
We
I will
picked
tell
85,
you.
right?
We sure did.
I will tell you for the record, that was in this game, though.
But
All right.
it's not this one.
It is not this one. Four
Was I
points
close with the year? Just out of curiosity. Doesn't
It was
matter.
the 80s.
Oh, I didn't put in. I put a different one in. Ooh.
Oh,
Well,
then it doesn't matter even more.
yeah. You can Google that on your own time. After frightening and intense scenes, all of the main characters die.
All of them.
Aw.
All of them.
Oh, I wouldn't have liked this. I don't like horror movies with an unhappy ending.
Who says
I
it's
didn't say it was
unhappy?
an
Maybe they
unhappy
deserve to die.
Maybe. There's a lot of upbeat movies where all the characters die at the end, like The Mist.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ!
Whatever bad things happen to fucking Marky Mark, it's fine. For 3 points, under violence and gore.
Marty, real
Yes.
quick. You mean The Happening?
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg wasn't in The Mist.
Yeah.
The Mist has a wild ending. Not everybody dies, but one very specific character does.
One very
They
specific
do.
character does not is sort of the big thing.
I mean, both. I would say that the death is one of the reasons why it's so terrible.
I sure do mean The Happening. You're correct.
You horrified at least Jessica and Mike.
Whoa.
I know sequels, and that is it.
All right.
4, 3 points under violence and gore. 2 police shoot at zombies, but they are killed by them. The police come back as zombies.
Oh.
Mhm. No.
Michael, you got anything?
Oh, what the hell? I'm gonna be wrong, but what the hell?
Michael, what do you think?
Is this the third Night of the Living Dead movie?
Can you give me a title?
Son of a bitch. No, Night of the Living Dead 3. I don't I don't know the
Okay.
actual title.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to jump in here.
Sammy.
I need
I
to
feel
jump
like
in here because this is not technically a sequel to
It
Night of the Living
absolutely
Dead.
is.
Return of the Living Dead is its own series.
It was the one with the. It was after the one with it where they were in the mall. This one was like in the city, right?
Y'all are having two very different trains of thought.
Yes.
Sammy, do you want to put in an official guess on that?
It's okay. So I don't think listen. I know what I'm gonna say Day of the Dead, which is what the third Night of the Living Dead movie is.
But Sammy, don't say that. Just say it. We'll all be angry.
Return of the Living Dead.
It is Return of the Living Dead, which
They
is
are
a
not
sequel.
related.
They are different franchises.
I'm guessing it's not part
that
3.
forked off from Night of the Living Dead.
So it is not part 3. It's
It is
the
not
third
part
one.
3. It's part like 2-ish. Because Night of the Living Dead came off, and then they split the rights between two people. One went on to make Return of the Living Dead. One went on to make Dawn of the Dead.
Oh.
So Return of the Living Dead, technically a sequel. Fight me, Sammy. For 2 points.
No, who doesn't
a fully
say it's a
naked
sequel?
female character previously seen dancing in the cemetery was killed by zombies and revived. She is still naked when running around killing other people. Under violence and gore, slimy zombie man covered in drippy black glue with skeletal
Send
head.
more paramedics.
You know who says it isn't a sequel? IMDb does not list it as a sequel.
Someone still got it.
True.
Listen, it's the movie they picked, and I knew it from the beginning, and was just like, I don't know if you saw me this entire movie. I was just like,
It is technically we just covered that IMDb doesn't know everything.
No,
You were the
we
one who
just,
said they did
just
though.
Yeah, I'm changing my mindset because it works better for me that way.
That's
More
fair.
convenient for me.
That's fair.
well, listen,
Well-
I have points, so it's I beat someone. That's all I care about.
You sure did. With Return of the Living Dead, which is in fact a sequel. I like that movie a lot. One of my favorite lines in any horror movie is when the zombie leans into the cop car and says into the little thing, "Send more cops." I love it.
The zombies could talk in that movie. Oh,
Oh yeah.
They can talk, they can fight, they can dress up in little costumes and wait for the cops to arrive, and then jump out and get them.
they could set up businesses. They could do a whole economy. They ran their own country. They invented the internet. It was great.
Yeah. The first few minutes of the movie are just one character showing another character around a medical supply warehouse, and then being like, "You want to see some weird shit?" and showing him the tanks with the gas that make zombies come back. And then he says, "Oh, isn't it dangerous to have these down here?" And he says, "Nah, nothing's gonna happen." Slaps it, and then it pops. That's the first few minutes of the movie, and it's fantastic.
So mad.
yeah.
I got the points, and I'm like, no. That's why I waited.
It's like
so
very
long.
specifically not a sequel to The Night of the Living Dead.
It is a sequel.
It's just-
branched off from Night
No,
of the Living
the
Dead.
writer had the rights to Living Dead. So
Yeah.
he made his own franchise with Living Dead.
The Living Dead. In that same first few movies, they connect it narratively to Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, they're just like, hey, you ever
at
hear
this
about
face?
that black guy who was gunned down for saving people from zombies?
Yeah. Are you gonna look at this beautiful face and tell her that I'm wrong?
Oh,
one is
all
currently
all I'm gonna
dominance
say,
over you.
I bet your
all I'm
cat
gonna
knows that
say
it's not
is
a sequel.
Angelo better watch out.
Take that back, Nick. You take that back.
Oh,
I was
Because
Because as
trying
we
to
all
tell me
know,
movies.
Angelo is just a sequel to Basra.
Listen, we're
It's-
bringing
this
D&D
means
into
nothing.
this now.
This only means something to Michael.
It's
He's
like
not
it's
even
like
in
how
the game
it's like how
anymore.
Friday the 13th, The New Blood is a sequel to Carrie.
Go.
Yeah, that
It was
counts.
supposed to be. It was
Uh-huh.
supposed to be. But
I would
they
make that
couldn't get
same
it.
argument because again, it works out for me.
Listen, I'd rather that be the sequel than Rage. Okay,
All right,
can
well,
we
this
finish
was-
this? I need to pee
yeah.
for the
This
fifth
was a
time.
delight.
Notice I just got up once.
Thank you so much, Marty, for hosting this. This was wonderful. Aside from you picking terrible movies, and now you have no right to be mad at my selections again.
You're all gonna be so like I'm knocking it out of the park next week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Also, I should say final scores tonight: Jessica at 3, Sammie at 6, Mike at 19. I ended at 24. No, nobody likes it when I win this game. I win half the time.
You won't listen. It's between Marty and Josh next week. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Well, before we go, if there's anything people want to promote, anywhere they want to be found, any last words, Jessica, do you want to say anything?
And like always, I'm just here. So,
Always a thrill to have you here. Sammie, what do you have to promote?
Yeah, hi. So I you can follow me on Sammie Sam James at Sammie Sam James on all social media. That's you'll find all the things. This month I run two shows, one past, but I have 2 more shows I'm running this month. We have The Waiting Room next Saturday. Fantastic lineup of comics talking about health shit. And then on Halloween, I run my yearly Halloween Zoom show with fan favorites, friends of the show, among other people, but JD Stevens and Lloyd Legacy Sharp are on that. So like watch it. Get those tickets on Eventbrite. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Mike, you had anything you want to talk about?
Well, nothing new beyond, I mean, my book's still there, Child of Love and Broken Pieces on Amazon. Desperate for people to buy them, clearly. And no, I'm just and I will also promote take care of yourself. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so always take care of yourself on that.
Absolutely agree on that. Finally,
Yes, be killed by serial killers, not by cancer.
yeah.
Excellent PSA. Finally, our wonderful, fabulous host, Marty, do you have anything you want to tell people about?
I am in the Midwest. I'm not allowed to have new friends because I just started a full-time job. And I don't have time to spend with the ones I already have. But if you want to say hi, I'm in Minneapolis. I will actually be in Massachusetts for like a week and a half around Halloween. So if you want to come say hi, Massachusetts, that's your opportunity. I am also on Instagram. I bake things under made by .marty. I always say that I'm going to upload more things on there, and then I don't. But yeah, if you want to see me bake things, look on Instagram. If you want to see me in real life, just kind of like look around Minneapolis, and you'll find me somewhere.
Find the cat.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for doing this. Once again, Jessica Mayotte, Mike Valentine, Sammie James, our wonderful host, Marty Viscosi. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video. Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. Normally, we do this show 2 times a week, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel you're watching. So you're going to want to like and subscribe and do all that YouTuber stuff. I pulled up the list of the shows left this month. If you're interested, Next Monday, the 17th at 9 p.m., we're doing movies with long titles. Any movie with 5 or more words on the title. Next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sammie is returning to the show to host with horror movies that Sammie recommends. Monday the 24th, we're doing movies that critics and audiences disagree with on Rotten Tomatoes. That's any movie where their audience and critic ratings are varyingly different. And we're ending the month with Thursday, the 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're doing movies featuring monsters and or aliens. That is the show that still has a space available. So if you want to be part of this show and you're available on October 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern, please reach out to me and I will put you on the show. Otherwise, look for what we're doing in November, because we're just going to keep this train rolling. Thank you so much for watching.